Okay, so you got to the end of Rue Louis Besquel before I did. It's only because I stopped to do a few sketches. How could I resist? The view of the Bois de Vincennes is incredible from this perspective. It was definitely worth stopping for. This park of about 2,458 acres is a huge breath of fresh air for the Parisian metropolitan area, or a veritable green lung, as the French poetically call it. According to what I read at the archives, this forest is mentioned in texts and documents dating all the way back to at least the 9th century. Do you realize this means people have been writing about this forest for over 1,000 years? That's more than an entire millennium. You hear that? It's the middle of the 11th century and the royal court has set out on a hunting expedition. Indeed, at that time, this forest belonged to the sovereign and was primarily used as a hunting domain. Over the centuries, the kings of France found they loved this place so much that they decided to build their residence here. Let's take a giant leap forward in time to the year 1860. At this moment, the forest became the property of the Parisian municipality and was transformed into a domain for leisurely walks open to the public. It was developed along the same lines as the Bois de Boulogne, which is located to the west of Paris. At the same time, tall apartment buildings were built along the Rue des Minimes, where we're standing at the moment. Not a bad idea though, these buildings. The apartments in them must offer a beautiful panoramic view from the living room window. In addition, these buildings were deliberately built higher than the average apartment building, as this allowed for the creation of a greater number of apartments. At this period as well, trees were being replanted in the park. Their objective was to give structure to the new lanes and paths that had recently been developed there. And even more variety was added to its landscape with the creation of hills, streams, and lakes. The Bois de Vincennes offers a number of leisure activity sites, including the horse race course or the flower gardens, as you can see if you look on your media player. If you have the opportunity to go there, I highly recommend that you do. You won't be disappointed. But for the moment, it's not excursion time. We've nearly come to the end of our treasure hunt, so now it's time to read the next riddle, the 16th one. Go towards the left. In the blink of an eye, your next stop will transport you several centuries back in time. Cross the square for our rendezvous at the foot of the highest point in Vincennes. Here, 6 centuries look down upon you. So, are you ready for a trip through time?